Namaste, and welcome to our continuing series on Savitri with our beloved Ranga. We are still on Book 1, the Book of Beginnings, the Yoga of the Soul's Release. On page 40, we will begin with the line, "A glimpse was caught." A glimpse was caught of things forever unknown. The letters stood out of the unmoving word. In the immutable, nameless origin, was seen emerging, as from fathomless seas, the trail of the ideas that made the world. And sown in the black earth of nature's trance, the seed of the Spirit's blind and huge desire, from which the tree of cosmos was conceived, and spread its magic arms through a dream of space. Immense realities took on a shape. There looked out from the shadow of the unknown, the bodiless namelessness that saw God born and tries to gain from the mortal's mind and soul a deathless body and a divine name.
Okay. So we must remember that this is a description of the King Ashwapati's experiences. Whatever he is seeing, whatever he is experiencing, all that are put here because it is the yoga of the soul's release. It's Ashwapati's experiences, and therefore it is also Sri Aurobindo autobiographical experiences. It's his own experiences. So, a glimpse was caught of things forever unknown. So, forever unknown is relative. It is to give it this proper stress. When we are here in the physical world, those things are unknown to us, and they will remain ever unknown if we don't go there. If we are here stuck in this, they are forever unknown. Now the next line is a very interesting one. The letters stood out from the unmoving word. And that's a very interesting line. Word is with a W cap. It's the power of manifestation. The power to manifest. Because if I have a thought in my mind and I don't express it, it will remain unmanifested. But if I use language and I use words and I express them, then they become manifest.
And yet this is the unmoving word.
That's why. And what is unmoving word? The higher status. The unmoving, we have already seen that spirit and matter. Spirit is unmoving, immutable, ever the same. Whereas here there is movement. So now you can say the formless, the unmoving word is the potentiality of the divine manifesting, and the letters are the details, the forms of the word. So that which is formless is becoming forms. So that's what the sentence means.
And previously he tells us that he only caught a glimpse. He only got a glimpse of this.
That's right. Only a glimpse. Because for they were unknown. Okay. In the immutable nameless origin, and immutable and nameless and unmoving, they all suggest featurelessness and static condition. So that which is static and formless starts making forms.
Yes.
So you see the details, and the details are the letters of the word. Very interesting image.
Yes.
So the letters stood out of the unmoving word in the immutable nameless origin. He is getting a glimpse of this. Okay? The letters, the immutable nameless origin, nameless again, featureless, was seen emerging as from a fathomless seas, the trail of the ideas that made the world, and sown in the black earth of nature's trance, the seed of the spirit's blind and huge desire, from which the tree of cosmos was conceived, and spread its magic arms through a dream of space. The whole image is very interesting. We'll have a look at that. Okay, so in the immutable nameless origin, the beginning of where the world begins, the supermind with its three statuses. The triple status of supermind is the creator of the world. Above the supermind, there is no creation. It is supermind that creates the world. If supermind doesn't exist, there cannot be a world. Because the spirit is static, and static forever. If it is static forever, how can it go into movement? It cannot.
Yes.
And the world is constant movement. There is nothing static in it. And it's constantly moving. So how can it become go to the supreme? So you need an intermediate level which has got the capacity of both. And that is the supermind.
So now I'm seeing on YouTube every day that consciousness has built the world, that there are many, many, many worlds. So did Supermind create all the galaxies?
Absolutely. Galaxies are nothing, they're only physical. But what about the vital worlds? What about the mental worlds? What about the spiritual worlds?
But I think these people are getting closer to understanding.
Yeah. It's closer, but very slowly.
Slowly.
Okay, so.
Good.
But the very fact that they have understood that consciousness
Yes.
is building the world is is a big advance.
It's a big step.
A glimpse was caught of things forever unknown. The letter stood out of the unmoving word. The unmoving word, the letter stood out. In the immutable nameless origin was seen emerging as from fathomless seas the trail of the ideas with an eye cap that made the world. Srimanda uses the word idea to express the seed forms in the physical world. So, I like to give this image that if I have an idea here in the physical world, I want to be an engineer. It's an idea. You begin with an idea. It may become a reality, it may not become a reality. But in the supermind, the idea is, this is what I'm going to create. And it becomes a real idea. It never fails. Okay? So that's why he calls it the idea. You can also compare it to the blueprint. The blueprint is first made and then the building is made. So the blueprint is the origin of the building. So the idea is the blueprint in heaven, the archetype. And then it becomes a reality here. But in the supermind, what is an idea, and it's a real idea, it is bound to become a reality.
Would it be applicable to in Christianity when God says
Let there be light,
there be light, and there was light?
Yes, that's right. It's basically the same idea.
Okay.
Saying let there be light
Yes.
is the idea.
Idea. And there was
And
light.
there was light.
Yeah.
Okay, so in an immutable name was seen the trail of the ideas that made the world. So in the supermind, all these ideas are there. Actually, even in supermind, the ideas are not ideas but idea. There is only oneness there. And when it comes down to the overmind level, there are ideas. So they start becoming the origin, and here they become absolutely the physical realities. Okay, so the trail of the ideas that made the world, and sown in the black earth of nature's trance, the seed of the spirit's blind and huge desire, from which the tree of cosmos was conceived. So the idea is starting from there for manifestation, but it comes down here and enters the black earth. The black earth is nature's trance, is the inconscient.
Yes.
So it comes down and goes into the inconscient, and there it is a seed now. And the seed sprouts. So that which is an idea there He is talking of it as a seed here. Okay, so the seed of the spirit's blind and huge desire. Now, what is the spirit's blind and huge desire? The wanting to manifest is
The
a desire.
divine wanting to
Yeah.
manifest.
In fact, there is a line in Savitri also later on where he says, the world's desire compelled her human birth.
Yes, her mortal birth.
Yeah,
Yes.
immortal.
Yes.
Immortal.
A world's desire compelled her mortal birth.
Mortal, yeah. Compelled her.
Yeah.
What did I say? Human. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same.
In fact, it's the first line of
That's
the
right.
canto.
Okay. So there is this desire. I am one. In the Upanishads also we have the same idea. I am one. Let me be many. So let me be many. I want to see what are the possibilities in me. These are only ways of explaining to ourselves, because the divine knows everything already. So this is, you can't be very rigidly logical about it. But there is a desire to manifest. So that's a desire that he's talking about.
But it's so poetic when Sri Aurobindo gives it to us.
Yeah. Okay. And then he says, the idea there comes down, the trail of the idea he could see, he was getting a glimpse of it, and gets sown in the black earth of nature's trance. Black earth of nature's trance is nothing but the inconscient. Very clear, nature's trance and black earth. Both the words are very clear, it is the inconscient. So it gets seed here, and then it comes out. It is the involution of the Satchidananda here and then it comes up. And when it comes up, it becomes a tree. So you have the whole image, the seed, the tree is the cosmos coming out. But actually, in the Indian scriptures, we have this idea also that the seed is above and the tree is below. Because the tree, with all its branches and leaves and
yes,
fruits
yes.
and flowers, are the many.
Yes.
So the roots are above and the tree is below, branches are below. Urdhva mulo adhashakha. This is in the Gita also. Urdhva mulo, the roots are above and the branches are below. Okay. From which the tree of cosmos was conceived and spread its magic arms through a dream of space. Now, again, dream, we have the words are implying there is the physical world, there is the subtle world, and there is the causal world. But you also use the words waking state for the
Yes.
physical world,
Dream
state for the subtle world, and the causal world is called the prajna, it is deep sleep. Okay? So this is so dream space is the middle term. A dream of space is the spiritual planes of consciousness. Okay? And spread its magic arms through a dream of space. Immense realities took on a shape. The immense reality is there are no shapes there. It's only a vast oneness. So it takes forms, all the shape it takes on a form means takes forms, become forms. The formless becomes forms. That's what he's saying. Immense realities took on a shape. They looked out from the shadow of the unknown, the bodiless, nameless that saw God born. So God is born into the physical world. That's what he's saying. The universe of form. God born means the universe of forms. There he is unborn. So here he is born.
The first creation.
Yes. Okay? So, and the bodiless namelessness, that which is featureless and formless, becomes here, you go back to that letters stood out of the unmoving word. Okay, the details. God born. And tries to gain, so what is trying to gain? The seed, okay? And the ideas. And tries to gain from the mortal's mind and soul a deathless body and a divine name. This is what humanity, the evolution is trying to do. It is coming out and it is trying to achieve a deathless body and a divine name. The nameless is wanting a name, but it doesn't want a human name, it wants a divine name. It wants the manifestation of the Supreme here in a divine form.
And the annihilation of death.
Yes, including.
Deathless body.
Yeah. A deathless body and a divine name.
The immobile lips, the great surreal wings, the visage masked by superconscious sleep, the eyes with their closed lids that see all things, appeared of the architect who builds in trance. The original desire, born in the void, peered out. He saw the hope that never sleeps, the feet that run behind a fleeting fate, the ineffable meaning of the endless dream. Hardly for a moment glimpsed, viewless to mind, as if a torch held by a power of God, the radiant world of the everlasting truth glimmered like a faint star bordering the night, above the golden overmind's shimmering ridge.
He is continuing the image. He had a glimpse of the whole creation. He is having a glimpse of the whole creation. Now he is describing that. Okay, how he is glimpsing, what he is glimpsing. The deathless body and the divine name is what he's trying to manifest. The immobile, you said immobile. I would read it immobile. Okay.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be either way.
The immobile lips, the great surreal wings, the visage masked by superconscious sleep. So there are no details there, but he's getting a glimpse of the possibility of details there in the Swai itself. Okay.
But these 4 lines are all about Hiranyagarbha, the architect who builds in trance, the eyes with their closed lids that see all things.
Yeah.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about Hiranyagarbha.
Yeah, that's one way of saying. Okay. The Hiranyagarbha is the golden womb from which the world comes out. Okay. That's the level 2 of the spiritual planes of consciousness. But here he is talking of the architect. Okay, as I said, we discussed this the other day, that in the physical world we have doctors, we have artists, we have builders, we have masons, we have all these. All that exists in the physical world does exist in the subtle worlds. And the architect is the one who is going to build the forms in the physical world. So there is a God also representing that. And he is called Vishwakarma. Okay? The heavenly physicians are the Ashwins. They are the ones who look after the health of the gods. Then there is even a divine carpenter is there. Twashtri.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yes.
Yeah. So he is talking of the architect is the Vishwakarma, the one who builds the universe. What you are saying is at a universal level, it is the golden womb, the subtle world creates the physical world.
Yes.
So, but the architect is someone specific. So,
Cap A.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so he is getting a glimpse of all this. And that architects now, he is seeing the lips and the visage and the eyes, he is beginning to see all the details. He is getting a glimpse, but now he is seeing the whole meaning of creation. He is understanding. Okay, that's what he is saying. The immobile lips, the great surreal wings, the visage, the face, masked by superconscious sleep. The sleep again, very clearly he is referring to the highest plane of consciousness. Sleep with an S cap.
Yes,
As we discussed here, the waking world,
yes,
the dream world and the sleep world.
Yes.
So the sleep world is the highest, the causal world. So he is seeing there. And the eyes with their closed lids that see all things. Again a contrast. The eyes that are closed are seeing everything. Why closed? Because they are not looking, there is no movement there. The eyes are closed, eyes are there. They see everything without the senses. The eyes are closed but sees everything. Sri Aurobindo loves his oxymorons.
Yes.
Constantly he will give that.
Yes.
So, and Ashwapati is now seeing all these things. Okay, so appeared out the original desire born in the void. Again we are going that the desire to manifest. The original desire in the void. Void again, that which is featureless at the highest level. Okay, so where is it gone? Yeah. The original desire born in the void peered out. He saw the hope that never sleeps. So he is Ashwapati.
Yes.
So he is seeing the entire creation, the possibility, and then the creation itself. He is seeing now even the details, the lips and the eyes of the architect. He is seeing. And the next line also gives you that, okay? He saw the hope that never sleeps. That line is very interesting. The hope that never sleeps.
Yeah.
It reminds you of Keats. Hope springs eternal in the human breast.
Yes. Man never is but ever to be blessed.
Yes. So, again, it's the hopes that never sleeps. There's always a hope in the human heart. So, now, the ineffable meaning of the endless dream. Now he's beginning to understand the meaning of this creation, what it is. That which was ineffable, which cannot be put into words, he's beginning to understand. He's seeing everything. As if a torch held by the power of God. The torch illumines that which is dark. So he is beginning to see all this. Glimmered like a faint star bordering the night. And now all this is happening in the supermind. Now we are coming to the overmind. Above the golden overmind's shimmering ridge. Okay? So the line is starting from quite high up. Okay? As if a torch held by a power of God, the radiant world of the everlasting truth glimmered like a faint star bordering the night. He is able to get a glimpse of that higher world. He is getting a glimmer of it. Okay? How can the brightest light be a glimmer? Because he is seeing it from below. That's why it's a glimmer. Okay? Glimmered like a faint star bordering the night. Above the golden overmind's shimmering ridge, even were caught as though through a cunning veil. Okay? Now this cunning veil, he describes in many other places, the veil that divides the human mind from the spiritual mind is thick. It's not easy to penetrate. It takes a lot of effort, of human effort to go there. But the veil between the overmind and the supermind is a translucent veil. Not transparent, but translucent. Okay? And that's why he's saying it is cunning. Something cunning is
cunning veil.
half here. So, okay, it's a cunning veil. It is closed, yet it is open. That's what it means by cunning veil. So, through a cunning veil. And what could he see? He said, were caught the smile of love that sanctions the long game. Which is the long game? The creation of the world. Endless. So, that is sanctioning the world. We know very well that the overmind is the one that creates the world. The many starts from the overmind.
The supermind creates.
The supermind is the real creator, and it gives the details of the creation to the overmind.
Oh, okay.
So in the overmind you have the infinite ideas, and everything that is here, the archetypes in the overmind consciousness. So that's why, and there it is, what's the smile of love that sanctions the long game. Okay? The long game is the manifestation. And overmind is sanctioning with love. Okay, so the smile of love that sanctions. But there is also the calm indulgence and maternal breasts of wisdom suckling the child laughter of chance. The calm indulgence is again the expression of the experience of the self, the witness self, which is looking indulgently and not judging anything. It's just looking and seeing everything without judgment, indulgent smile. Even what seems to be evil, suffering, he's just looking indulgently. He has described this in many other places also, and he says it's like a mother who sees her child having tantrums, but it's nothing serious. So, when you are having here problems of suffering and all that, you are intensely pained and you are in pain and suffering. But if your consciousness is there, even your pains and sufferings, and you'll be just watching as though it has no importance. That's what it's meaning. Indulgence. He uses the word indulgence in many places. Not affected. You are absolutely calm and quiet, looking down. Witness self. Okay. The calm indulgence and maternal breasts of wisdom, suckling the child laughter of chance. So, that is the source, the energy. He is using maternal breasts, because the mother of the universe is creating and she is sustaining the whole creation. So, there is the image. She is suckling the child, okay, and the child is the universe. So it is maintaining and supporting the universe. That's the image. Silence the nurse of the Almighty's power. That's very interesting. The nurse is one who maintains a sick child. Okay, the world can be seen as sick in a certain way because there is suffering, pain. Okay, everything is half. It's not the real divine creation. So it is silence that maintains all this. As you said, the Hiranyagarbha, the subtle world is supporting the gross world.
But silence is the nurse.
Silence is very clearly the subtle world, the self. Silence is never here, it's only there. Okay? So it's very clearly the intermediate world which is supporting she's a nurse of the Almighty's power. The omniscient hush. Again, all these words very clearly tell you that he's talking of the spiritual planes of consciousness. Okay? Look at the words. Calm indulgence, wisdom, silence, nurse, omniscient hush, and the womb of the immortal word. That's the womb. The womb is the Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb. So it's all the spiritual planes of consciousness, at the height of which is the overmind. And it is this that is supporting the physical world. The physical world cannot exist without the spiritual silence and the power that is sustaining the world. It's a mother that is suckling the child, sustains, supporting. The omniscient hush, the womb of the immortal word. Again the word, the power of creation. And he is linking it back to he is seeing the whole process, he is seeing the letters now, he is seeing the details. He is talking also of lips and face and images and so eyes. So he is seeing the details.
And this beautiful line.
Yeah.
And of the timeless, the still brooding face.
Yeah.
And the creative eye of eternity.
Yeah. The creative eye of eternity. And the timeless, the still brooding face. He's seeing now, though that which is the visage masked by a superconscious sleep, he is now seeing. Okay? The creative eye of eternity.
Yes, exactly.
He's seeing the face also. So, all the details he is seeing. In short, he is saying that Ashtrapati is understanding the meaning of creation, the origin of creation, and the creation itself being supported by the spiritual planes of consciousness. That's what he's saying. In very, very poetic form.
Very. The inspiring goddess entered a mortal's breast, made there her study of divining thought and sanctuary of prophetic speech, and sat upon the tripod seat of mind, All was made wide above, all lit below. In darkness core she dug out wells of light. On the undiscovered depths imposed a form, lent a vibrant cry to the unuttered vasts, and through great, shoreless, voiceless, starless breaths bore earthward fragments of revealing thought, hewn from the silence of the ineffable. I'll stop there.
So, the Ashtrapati is now seeing this whole process. The inspiring goddess entered a mortal's breast. He is seeing all this because inspiration is coming. You see? One of the planes of the consciousness. Inspiration is one of the planes of consciousness in the supermind. Revelation, inspiration, discrimination, and intuition. These are the four powers of the supermind, and now he is describing that. The inspiring goddess entered a mortal's breast. So he is being able to get the intuition, he is being able to understand the whole process. It is entering into his mortal breast. And there made her study of divining thought. Now that's a very interesting way. It is settling permanently. So now this power is there in him permanently. It made its study, its office.
The inspiring goddess is the creatrix?
Inspiring goddess is one of the powers of the supermind. Inspiration.
Okay.
Revelation is sight. Inspiration is hearing. Then discrimination is the power to differentiate between what is what, and intuition is knowledge without the process of thought. Knowledge which just comes like a light that reveals itself. So these are the four powers. So now he is describing the inspiring goddess entered a mortal breast. The wisdom has come. Made there her study of divining thought. So divining, nothing to do with divine. Okay. Divining.
Understanding.
Understanding, but in a very vague way.
Yes.
Like in the French, you have the word deviner, guessing. A vague idea. So the thought is never very, very precise. It's the sight that is precise. So divining thought, you're seeking for the truth. So, but now, you see, this is earlier he has also used the journalist's image, if you remember. The journalist is seeking for knowledge, and now inspiration has come and made an office in his heart. And there it is seeking knowledge. Okay, so that is the of divining thought, made her study of divining thought. Searching, okay? Searching, guessing, seeking. That's the impression of the, that's the meaning of the word divining. It is looking for life. But you need an office to do that work. So that inspiration has come and made, the word study means an office.
We have the water diviners who are searching for water.
Yeah. So this is what it is. And now, made a study and became a sanctuary of prophetic speech. So, prophetic speech. Prophetic because you can see the future. So, prophetic speech is the Trikala Drishti. The one you can see the past, present and the future like one canvas. Just a picture, the whole. We have to think of the past, present and future as separate. But the prophetic speech is that which sees everything as one. Okay, so. And sat upon the tripod seat of mind. The tripod seat of mind is your physical mind, vital mind and the pure mind. So it is sitting on top of that. Okay, in the subtle world. So, all was made wide above, all lit below. So he is now seeing the whole process of creation. Everything he is understanding. So the origin, the creation And even that which is below, he is understanding now. The secret of matter. Okay.
And this next line, oh,
And all was made. In darkness's core, she dug out wells of light. Who is the she? Inspiration, goddess. She is digging out. This reminds you of the poem, Srivada's poem, God's labor. I have been digging deep and long mid mire and
mid a
filth.
horror of filth and mire,
Yeah,
a bed for the golden river's song.
yeah. So this is what he's doing. And the power of the language. Darkness's core, she dug out wells of light. I am beginning to understand even the inconscient. That's what is meaning. Okay, so on the undiscovered depths, impose a form, that which is cannot be seen. The inconscient is dark and nothing can be seen there. But he is putting light and he is seeing all the possibilities there of the what it can do. Okay. On the undiscovered depths, impose a form, lent a vibrant cry to the unuttered vasts. So here again, unuttered vasts, the silence. And lent a cry, again you go back to that same image, very interesting, letters and word. Okay. So here is the unuttered vasts, but the cries. The unuttered vasts are the formless and the cries are the forms. It's all poetry. He's fantastically building the relation, the similarities between the images are very interesting. Yes. Okay, so lent a vibrant cry to the unuttered vast, and through great, shoreless, voiceless, starless depth. Look at that line. Yeah. The rhythm and the power and the beating. Yes. And through great, shoreless, voiceless, starless breadths, bore earthward fragments of revealing thought, hewn from the silence of the ineffable. That which is silence is one solid block. You are making fragments. You are bringing down and making forms.
Wonderful. And let's end there today.
Yeah, we'll stop here.
The only thing is, I find that when we have an apostrophe after an S, we don't. I understood we don't say darkness says, but darkness.
Yeah.
Almost sounding singular, but looking plural.
Yeah, darkness. Yeah, he put an apostrophe after. That means the darkness in plural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Core, she dug out wells of light.
Incredible evening. Wow. Namaste all. We'll see you on Monday for the Life Divine.